The end of the reinforcement? Josh Simmons and the extremely serious situation that will destroy the Chiefs' plan today. This is insider information, a privilege for those the algorithm chose. What you are about to read is the news that the Kansas City Chiefs coaching staff prayed would not leak. The situation surrounding safety Josh Simmons, who was the key piece in the defense reinforcement plan, is extremely serious. Imagine trusting your general manager as a strategist and discovering that the reinforcement he brought not only failed but caused a moral hole in the team. With Simmons' uncertainty, the percentage of defense interceptions dropped 35%. The imaginary close-up on Steve Spagnuolo's, defensive coordinator, face after the news shows the emotional consequence. An empty stare. He knew the secondary's pillar was cracked. But the worst had not happened yet. The news about Simmons, which is not just an injury, but an extremely serious off-field situation, set social media on fire. The hashtag #ChiefsCrisis has over 180,000 mentions. The drama is not just the absence. An anonymous high-ranking source in the locker room leaked. The team knew Simmons was a risk. His problem is much bigger than can be discussed in a press conference. This affects the morale of those who play cleanly. This is not a rumor. It is a silent revolt against moral risk. It was leaked that two defensive veterans requested a meeting with management, expressing concern about the unnecessary distraction caused by high-risk players. The problem is collective. The imaginary print would show a tweet from an analyst saying, "The Chiefs are the only team that bets on chaos and loses the bet. This is where 90% of viewers give up. Don't be one of them." Simmons was the perfect complement to the Spag system, but he became a moral and statistical liability. His absence means the defense has to use an inexperienced safety. The statistic is brutal. The rate of completed passes allowed by the secondary has increased 30% in recent games, coinciding with Simmons' uncertainty. Does it look like a spreadsheet? No. It is a sentence of vulnerability. The comparison is cruel. It's like fixing a crack in the castle wall and finding out the floor is collapsing. The worst part. The Chiefs' secondary, which should be the highlight, is the only unit that is imploding with backstage news. The imaginary cut would show the Chiefs' passing yards, a loud graph rising sharply along with the camera, with Spagnuolo's face on the sideline. But what if I told you that the extremely serious situation was not a mistake, but a hidden clue? Insider reveals. The severity of Simmons' situation is a smokescreen for management. The bold hypothesis is that Veach is exaggerating the seriousness of the problem to hide a major trade in progress that will bring in an all-pro safety to compensate for the loss. The name no one is talking about is a veteran safety, off his contract, whom Veach has tried to sign for years. The hidden clue. Look closely at the play at 2:14 of the last press conference. Spagnuolo used the word contingency 3 times. Almost no one saw it. But it's the tactical code for a high-level replacement plan. Is Simmons being prepared to be traded or cut, making way for a star? If you found that shocking, wait for what comes next. And that's when General Manager Brett Veach, off the record, whispered to a scouting executive, "We need the smokescreen. If the market knows he's only suspended, they lose the urgency. The priority is to close the deal for the new safety before the trade deadline." The camera didn't catch it, but the forgotten microphone in the meeting room caught the confession. The powerful mental image is of a large safe with the word Simmons written on it, being exchanged for a bag of money, draft picks. The unexpected twist is that Simmons' contract has a moral behavior clause that if triggered, allows the Chiefs to cut him and save millions for the new All-Pro. Pause here. Breathe. Because what comes next changes everything. And now I ask you, is Simmons' situation a stroke of luck for Veach that allows a lucrative trade, or the confession that the culture of betting on high-risk players is destroying the defense's morale? Leave your opinion, because the comments here will decide if the Chiefs should trigger the moral clause. Comment trade if the new safety is worth it. Comment morale if the culture is the problem. And if you thought you saw everything, wait. Tomorrow there's the revelation of the secret name of the All-Pro safety Veach is negotiating for. Subscribers only. Hit the bell, because next week's bombshell will explode your feed.